Hey everyone, I hope you all are safe and doing good. So in the series of learning C++ programming language, in the previous video we have seen what is range based for loop and why we use this and how this is different from traditional for loop, and with the help of program we have seen that thing, right? Now based on that we will do one coding exercise in this video, okay, based on range based for loop. So now the exercise is I have given you a vector. This is the vector. Although we haven't discussed vector till now in this series, we'll be discussing in detail what vector is. But it's like, you can say, for now you can say it's a dynamic array, just like array, but we can change the size of vector. So as you can see, array is also something like this. How to declare or define a vector? Just write down vector. Here in these brackets you will write down int, or you can say the data type of this, all the data is int. The name of the vector, any variable name you can take, a, b, c, x, y, num, vec, num, anything. And this is the vector. The value of vector is 3, 6, 15 and till 300, something like this. Okay, now you have to use range based for loop to loop through this vector, and you have to find out how many numbers are evenly divisible by either 3 or 5. Make this thing very clear. I am saying evenly divisible by either 3 or 5. How many numbers? You have to count those numbers and you have to use a range based for loop. I guess this is not so much tough. If you have idea about range based for loop, how to use these things, and if you have idea like how to find out if a number is divisible by like maybe 3 or 5 or any other number, we use like modulo operator. Okay, so now let's pause the video and try this out. Okay, so I hope you have tried this out. Let's do this together. So create a new file, coding exercise 4.cpp, because we have done 3 coding exercise before. So at first, what? Include iostream, this header file. Then we will use vector here, so you have to include vector also, this header file, and then using namespace std. Why we are including this header vector? That we will see when we will discuss vector in detail, right? Using namespace std and int main. You can access my C++ playlist, and there in the starting videos you will get why we are using this, we are including this file, line using namespace std, why we are including this namespace. So please check out the C++ complete playlist, and then in the starting videos you will get the basic videos, right? Okay, now I have given you a vector, and the name of this vector is, suppose I am taking num. What are the values in this vector? 3, 5, 6. These values we have. So let's take a variable count. At starting we are initializing this count with 0. Now put condition. Obviously you have to use first, because we have to loop through this complete vector. We will take first 3, then we will check it is divisible by either 3 or 5, then 6, then 15. So every variable we have to take. So we will use range based for loop. 4, let's write down here auto rather than int, and the variable name, suppose int I am taking, and the name of this vector is num. Okay, num, the range expression name is num. So now let's put the condition. If this n is divisible by mod 3 equal to 0, if it is completely divisible by 3, then modulo operator will give 0, and here, after that, either by 3 or 5. So this is OR operator, logical or n mod 5 equal to 0. If this is the case, we will do just count plus plus. Okay, and after this for loop, not print, cout, just print your count variable. That's it. Return 0. I hope this is not the tough one. Logic is not tough one, because see, first time in num we have 3. This is our collection. So first time n becomes n equal to 3. 3 would be assigned, right? Now let's check this condition. If 3 mod 3 equal to 0, yes, completely divisible by 3. So this condition is true. It is logical OR. Logical OR means either this or this to be true. If this is true, then no need to check the second condition. If this is true, this complete expression will give true. Okay, and if true means you will enter into this if statement and count plus plus, and now count becomes 1, right? Next time 6 would be assigned to this n. Now next time n becomes 6. Now check, 6 mod 3 equal to 0, yes. We will divide 6 by 3, then the remainder is 0. So this condition is true. So this condition is true means this complete expression will give true. So we will enter here. Now count becomes 2. For 15, now see, 15 is divisible by 3, yes. So we will not check the next condition. Again count becomes now 3. Okay. Now 17, see, 17 mod 3 equal to 0. No, 17, then we will check the second condition. If this is false, then we will check the second condition. 17 mod 5 equal to 0. No, this is also false. So we will not enter here count plus plus. No count plus plus. Now for 18 we will check. Then same for 21, then 55, then 100, 200 and 300, like this. Right? Okay, let's run this and see what output you will get here. So 9 elements are completely divisible by either 3 or 5. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, only 17 is left. Otherwise, these elements are either divisible by 3, completely evenly divisible by 3 or 5. So answer is 9. I guess that is not so tough coding exercise. Okay. If you haven't got this thing, it's okay, just write down this code on a piece of paper, dry run this, take this, dry run this manually rather than here. One by one, step by step, what is happening by writing like this, right? Then definitely you will get it. So I hope you have done this exercise yourself, or if you haven't done this, if you are facing any problem, now you are clear with this exercise, okay? Because we have discussed the solution. In the next video, we will see what is break and continue and why we use break and continue in loops. So now we'll see in the next video. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.